Hello everyone, Verushka here, your anxiety wing girl. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's episode, I want to talk about some healthy boundaries to set now that the holidays are coming. A lot of people may experience anxiety about visiting family, seeing people they haven't seen in a while, maybe there's some tension between family members. It could also be that they don't have any family. Some people have passed away and they're going to miss a person during their family time, during the holiday time, and many different things. So I want to talk a little bit about that today, give you some healthy boundaries and some tips to set so that you can have the most pleasant time and enjoy during this holiday festive season. Before we get started, can everybody please subscribe to my page, Anxiety Wing Girl? Just click the button right here to get notifications when there is a new video. Okay, so let's get started. In a couple of days, we'll be having Thanksgiving, and then a couple of weeks later, we have all of the December festivities, Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa, etc. So a lot of people tend to have different types of anxiety that triggers them, right? And I'm going to touch base on 4. One of the most important ones is sometimes there are certain family members that may trigger certain, maybe could be your parents or aunts and uncles or whomever, that trigger certain things that they might not be comfortable, maybe that you do, your walk of life, your job, your purpose, whatever that is, and they bring on this type of anxiety. So one of the things that you can do if you feel that you're going to one of these family members' houses is setting space boundaries, okay? For example, someone like me, I don't like to be in places that are very crowded. I don't like to be in households that are very hot. I don't like to feel stuck in a dinner table where I'm just like cramped up in between everybody and I can't get up and move around. I like fresh air. I like windows. I like the ability to move around. I also don't like when I go somewhere and there's too many people and they just start asking me a million questions, right? You have some nosy family members that want to know everything that you're doing, what you're up to. They want to give you their own, 2 cents and their opinion on what you should be doing, even though they're not walking in your shoes. So the first thing that you can set is a space boundary. When you go somewhere, you are the one that's in control of yourself, okay? And don't feel bad. Don't feel that you need to apologize for any of this. But one of the things that you can say is, I'm going to head upstairs. I need a little bit of quiet time. Or maybe if it's not upstairs, I'm going to take a walk around the block. I need some fresh air. I do that all the time just because air makes me feel well. When I go to mom's house, the temperature's on at 1,000 degrees and I just feel like I can't breathe. I don't like to be in really hot places. But for you, it could be a family member that's interrogating you, that's on top of you, and that just triggers you. So set, number 1, a space boundary. When you feel like it's getting to be too much, excuse yourself. Say, I'm going to use the restroom, or excuse me, I have to make a phone call and step outside and go for a walk, or go upstairs. There's nothing wrong with that. And have that tool already in your back pocket. So if you know you're going to someone's house where you are going to encounter that, make sure that you remember that you can do that. Don't ever feel like you have to apologize or excuse yourself for being you. And you know what? Even if you have to set the person straight and they're asking you a lot of things, the second thing that you can say is setting topic boundaries. So maybe at the dinner table, you might get into a conversation of an old fight that's been within the family, or I keep thinking of, I don't know why, what keeps popping up into my head, but a lot of people want to tell you what you should be doing in your life and who you should be hanging out with and what type of career you should be having. And, you haven't had kids yet. What are you waiting for? Everyone has different triggers, right? But the second one is topic boundaries. And you can very politely say, thank you so much, but I really appreciate if we wouldn't discuss this topic in tonight's dinner table. That's it. Easy breezy. You're putting your boundary, you're setting your tone up there, and that's it. they don't like it, keep changing the topic, keep redirecting and say, if they bring it up again, say, that topic just really doesn't make me comfortable right now. I really don't want to discuss that right now. Let's talk about something else. You yourself can bring up something that you want to speak about, change the topic. That's perfectly fine. The third one is time boundaries. Maybe you're going somewhere where you just don't feel like you want to be there too long, right? These are places that I see more as like a commitment because you said you were going to go, and maybe it's a friend's house or your family, your husband or their side of the family's distant cousin that, you need to make a stop by, because if not, they're going to give you the whole rundown that, hey, you didn't stop by and blah, 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 which is fine. You don't need to address that. If you don't want to go somewhere and it makes you uncomfortable, hey, that's fine. But set a time boundary. So when you go in, right, you get to the house, you're going to say, we're not staying for long. I have to be at a certain place at this time, but I just wanted to stop by, wanted to say hi, I wanted to see you guys real quick before the night was over. Or you can say, we're just going to stay for dinner because we have to go somewhere else after that. We have another commitment after this. So thank you so much for cooking for this night, blah, 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 right? Easy. And I think another thing that might trigger a lot of things is diet, right? Some people are in some type of diet. They want to trying to cut away from greasy foods or sugary foods or desserts. And anytime you go to anybody's house for the holidays, there's tons of snacks. And maybe it's taken you a really long time to get to a certain lifestyle or to get back in a routine of what you're doing. And that takes hard work. I know, because I've done it myself. It's hard work. And it's very tempting when you go somewhere and there's plates of desserts and cake and everyone's eating and they're just, just have a little taste. It's not going to do anything to you. And that little taste can actually, if you've been off sugar, it can ignite your taste buds, get you that little thing, just gets you back into that little spiral, which you've worked so hard to do. So stick to your diet, stick to your boundaries. And when you get there, if there's something that that you don't want to eat, you can say right off the bat, so nobody tempts you or teases you. You can say, you know what, I'm not eating so-and-so right now. I'm not eating sugar right now. It affects me, triggers my anxiety, or I'm not having caffeine. So thank you so much for cooking that for me, but I'm gonna pass on that one for today, next time. That's it. The most important thing to know is that you are always in control. It doesn't matter how much peer pressure, or I should say family pressure, right, you have from family members or other people around you. It's ultimately up to you. You are in control. You own your power and your voice. And the second that you go in there, you set your boundaries depending on, again, what it is that makes you uncomfortable. Set the boundary right away and don't steer away from it. Stick to it. And I can guarantee that your family members will respect you for that. And if you tell them the reason why you're trying to do something, say, this really triggers me, this really bothers me, this brings on anxiety, or, I've been dealing with this topic, I just really want to have a fun time tonight. This isn't something that I want to talk about tonight. I bet they're going to respect it, okay? So the most important thing about the holidays is to value the family that you have and the people that are around you, or friends, or wherever it is that you're going, and it's to have a light, fun time. It's to celebrate. It shouldn't be a time to feel anxious or feel down or feel left out or feel that you have the pressure that, you have to meet certain people and meet certain expectations. You are ultimately in your power. And I know it's easier said than done, but remember that you are in your power. So let's go over our healthy holiday boundaries again. Number 1, space boundaries, okay? You know your limit. When you feel like it's been too overcrowded or it's just too much energy for you, excuse yourself. Go for a walk, go outside. Number 2, topic boundaries. Certain things you don't want to speak about. Say thank you, but no thank you. I'd rather not discuss that tonight. Let's talk about something else. How's this going for you? Okay? Number 3, time boundaries. If you know you only want to go somewhere for a certain time, the second you get there, say, look, I only have till 9 o'clock. I have another commitment that I need to go to, so I just wanted to see you guys, etc., etc. And the 4th one is your eating habits, your consumption boundaries, okay? Say right away and tell yourself right away, I'm not eating these things. Remind yourself before leaving the house and before getting to wherever it is. Remind yourself why you're not eating certain things if they make you feel good. Like, I know if I eat sugar, I eat chocolate, or I eat dessert or ice cream, I love all that stuff. I know if I eat it, I'm going to instantly gonna get a headache. I'm going to have like fatigue the next day and just feel like that brain fog. It's going to feed my sugar taste buds, so I'm gonna crave it, and then I'm gonna have to start that cycle all over again when it took so long to really get it out of my system. And again, that's just my example, but maybe it's for you. You don't want to have the fried food, or you know, the snacks or the chips or the alcohol. I don't drink, but maybe some of you drink alcohol and you don't want to have it that night, and that's perfectly fine. Never allow anyone to make you feel any pressure, okay? You are always in control, remember that. And remember that the most important thing about the holidays is just have a good time. Be light, be airy. One last topic is that I want to talk about in regards to that also is sometimes you've lost a family member or two, and it's the first time spending this holiday without them. So especially when you have traditions, that can be tough to experience a holiday without the person. You know what? Honor the feeling. Honor the sadness and honor the person. So if you all sit down to have dinner and, you know, that person is missing, and mom, dad, a grandparent, and uncle, say, you know what? We honor that we got to spend so many holidays with that person here. It was so special to have been able to share that time with them. Maybe you want to share something that that person always says, and honor that person. So turn the conversation around. What were some funny things? Share some funny stories that that person used to always share with you, or funny experiences or memories that can make you laugh instead of feeling sad. And if you feel sad, honor it. If it's the first holiday without that person, honor it and say, you know, do a toast. You know, start a new tradition. Say, in honor of so-and-so, we're going to do this every year just to remember this person. And that's okay, and it's a very real feeling. I have some friends that have lost both mom and dad, and they find themselves alone. So you know what? Don't stay home, because that's just going to make you feel worse. As hard as it is, go to a friend's house. There's always a friend that will, you know, that's there for you. Call someone. You know, I'm sure they're happy to have you over. Don't stay home. I think that's the worst thing that you could do. Just go somewhere else, go see a friend, and, you know, all else fails, like, go watch a movie, but don't let that day, and I know it's harder said than done, but don't let that day get you down, okay? Do a Friendsgiving or a Friendsmas, and just have some friends over that will support you, and you guys, friends that really make you laugh, and that will really help you have a good time, right? Because that's what it's all about. Life is short. In the end, we're all going to pass away. I always say that. Every single one of us is going to pass away. And the reality is, from the moment that you're born, you're dying. You're dying every day. So it's what we have now, the time that we have now, to really use it, abuse it, have fun, enjoy it, celebrate the beauty. It's such a gift. It's such a blessing to be able to share all these experiences and be surrounded by family and friends and people that uplift you and laugh and make you feel happy, right? So it's all mindset. So I just want to wish everyone a really safe, a happy holiday season. If you need support, please feel free to reach out. You can always direct message me on Instagram, Anxiety Wing Girl. Subscribe and share this with your friends that might need some support, okay? Sometimes it might not be you. It might be a family member or a friend that is going through a hard time right now. So make sure you check on them and send this out to them so that they do have the support that they need, all right? I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Anxiety Wing Girl here to support you. I'm your Wing Girl. I understand what it feels like. So thank you for sharing in the video and holding space for me. Namaste, my friends.